Haisstronica. So this is a combo kit that you have on this side, a connector crimping tool. This is a ratcheting crimper, so you can see that it ratchets down as I go. So it's actually going to amplify the grip strength that you have to really put enough force on these terminals to actually crunch them down onto the wires. So this is a great option, a great idea. Now, if you have to release it early, you can push that little lever down there. But this is from Haisstronica. This is available individually as well as in the kit here. And this is a connector crimping tool. So very good to have. One of the nice things about having an open jaw crimper like this is if you have a continuous wire, let's take an example of that. So if you have a piece of wire here and you're going to put a terminal between this, if you have to continuously take your connectors and go over the top and then crimp down, it creates a pinch point, and if you're working in a small area, it's not good. Now, if you want to take these and go right over the two wires with your connector, you can very easily crimp your wires and be right on your way, or crimp the next set or the other side and go right from there. So this is going to be a really good tool if you're going to tighten down some of these connectors. This is where a fully automatic wire stripper comes in. These are fully automatic crimpers. Now, what's amazing is that little action that you see there. See how it's pulling down and then it pulls apart? There's a tension set knob here which you can adjust, and then there's a back set here, so you can set how far you want the wire to stick out of that same thing. So if you see how I'm moving that, see how it pulls? It's actually got a connector that connects there, and then it pulls the insulation off. This is fantastic, except for solid core wire. So THHN wire, the household wire, this does not work great for that. This is going to work for your stranded wires. Now, but if I take this wire here, now I've never done this backwards blind, but I'm going to need to do it this way. So I'm going to use this tool. I'm going to adjust the stop to go a little bit wider because I want a little bit more wire taken off. I'm going to slide this wire till it hits that stop, and watch this, one-handed. That's how quickly it stripped the wire perfectly. Now what's neat about this is, let's say I need to strip the other end of that wire or the other connector. You can knock the extra bit out of there that it took, and I just put it right into that same stop, exact same thing, and it does it again. And so now I have two perfectly stripped wires. Put this in here, go up to whatever stop you want. Now, if you want to do more, maybe you want to do, I saw a guy do an inline splice, which was awesome. So he took it, went to the middle of his wire because he wanted to actually splice in line, just added it here and pulled, and look at that. You can actually remove some insulation on the inside of a wire if you want to do a splice that way, maybe a solder joint or something else. Again, you can cut this off like I'm going to do here. Doesn't show up as good on the white, but I'm going to show you how you can do this very easily. Just put that wire up against the stop and pull, and there you go, and then that stranded wire is ready to go. So very nice one-handed set of crimpers. Now let's say I wanted to put a blue male on this side. Let me show you how fast that is. So I can literally take this, I'm going to want it to be about that much relief. I can put this in here, pull that down. So I've cut the wire, I add it to that terminal. Now I slide this down in here and I can push it. There's two different spots. There's the insulated connectors, and then there's the punch style for the non-insulated. Now, I technically use it for both, and now I've created a crimp end that quickly, and I only used one tool. So you can cut, crimp, and strip with this. The strippers are only going to be good for about ½ an inch, or you can start a strip and then you'll have to pull it by hand. But one-handed operation, very good in tight spaces. This is from Haisstronica. If I didn't have the arm strength or hand strength to do that, I could take and go to this red wire. I could use one of these marine crimps. I could put it on here. The advantage on this tool is that ratcheting feature, so it's going to double that hand strength that you've got. So very easy to squeeze, didn't have to worry about bending the wrist too much, and now I've got a connector. Now I'm going to try to pull it hard. It did a really good job there getting that thing crimped down. Couple problems with this one here. You're not going to get the hand strength. I do like that it's a punch style on the crimp, so you can see right there it pushes the center in of the jacket. On the non-insulated, it doesn't. It just pushes the outside flat, but this is more of a punch style. So I like that. But because the wire has to go in, let's say I'm doing a butt connector. So I'm going to take a blue splice butt connector, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it here. So with this tool, if I've got this wire underneath a dashboard, and it's always, you never have enough access. That's one of the problems with these when you need to get in there. I've got to crimp. Well, the crimpers on this one are down here at the bottom. So I have to move and go over the item, bring it down, try not to bump the wires out, try to get it into that little tiny spot, and then crimp it with as much force as I can do. Now that side already fell out. This didn't punch, it didn't hold. You can see I didn't get enough force in there. So again, that's one of the problems with these crimpers. Are good if you're just doing connectors that are removable. Butt splices are very hard to do with crimpers like these. So now if I come over here and I'm gonna go ahead and recrimp these, if I use this style, I can come to the wire that's continuous, that's connected here. Let's see if there's enough to actually do it. I can probably fix this. So I can come in here and I can crimp down on this, and that's that easy, one-handed. And now I have a good crimp that's solid, not coming apart. That was the pair of tools from Haisstronica. Now,